What's going guys, Zennosh here, and today in this video I'm going to discuss with you guys on what would be the best pick for especially a beginner to select with your 5-star select summon stone, especially due to the beginners, like 7 days of mission, something like that, okay, which is gonna be a really good start kick for any kind of beginner out there, and you will be able to get a 5-star selector ticket. And now the thing is that whom to actually pick as a beginner, okay, it's the top 3 recommended servants for the beginners. Okay, so now let's get this started. Well, with the development of the recent update, okay, this servant known as the Water Christian is actually gonna be a very good part of your team, especially if you have her extra copies. Oh my god, she is actually gonna help you really nicely, guys. This is all due to her passive skill, okay, all thanks to the passive skill, guys. 50% chance to revive block on one enemy for 30 seconds upon combo skill use, which was nearly unusable, okay, very unusable, very pathetic, very useless, okay, most of the cases, okay. And that was the thing with the Water Christian, and this was the thing that made her really bad for the pick, okay. But now after the update, she has got one extra additional effect on her passive skill, which is increases her attack by 130% in explore, okay. Now this actually is a game changer, all right. Especially if you are a beginner, she is actually gonna be a very amazing farmer indeed, which is gonna really help you to raise your forest like insane crazy, okay. I mean a lot in a very short amount of time, because she can actually make a quick work of so many opponents out there in the explore. If you might ask, as a beginner, obviously you will have a lot of questions like, what is explore, okay. So whenever you actually get into the main map, okay, these are the tiles that you call explore. Can you see right away explore anything right within these tiles, okay, the main thing like this, okay, when you are clearing like this one, these are the things that are called explore, okay. I think the sanctuary is also within the explore, all right. So these are the places where you actually get, or where you actually spend major of your time and raising up the forest, getting all the experience points, doing the auto sell of the gears, and get a lot of gold, okay. And also try to farm the shard of the 5-star net servants, and even try to summon them if possible, which I have actually done many times, okay. So those are the things. If you want to check out my video regarding the shards farming, you can do that. I have already created those videos especially for you guys, okay. Please do check them out, okay. All right, so these are the explore regions, guys, where you will be able to get a lot of forests, get a lot of experience points for them, and then raise them up, and then do fusions with them, and enjoy all the possibilities of this game, okay. So those are the things that you would really want to have. And our forest, our Water Christian is the one which is gonna be really great. And the next thing is that what's so really amazing about the Water Christian again, next thing is that guys, Water Christian is a defense ignore DPS servant. Yes, she is a defense ignore DPS servant that actually really helps her, or let's say sets her up a really good and easy servant to build, guys, okay. Defense ignore service, what is what's up with them, okay. As a beginner, I would really love to tell you guys, if a servant can ignore the defense of a opponent, they really cannot crit, okay. They really cannot do any sort of critical damage with their combo skill. Well, they might actually do some damage with their first skill and second skill, provided that they only have 500 to 560% skill modifier, which in general case of scenario, the normal servants usually have about 1000, okay, or 1400 percentage damage upon skill use. So this is pretty much really down. But when it comes to the ultimate skill or combo skill, she ignores the defense of the opponents. Now that is gonna be really great for the beginners, because now as a beginner you only need to focus on 2 stats, alright. That would be speed stat and the attack percentage stat, okay. So the more attack percentage stat you have, obviously you are going to deal more damage. Speed, because it governs over how fast your skills are actually gonna refresh, or let's say cooldown, okay. So if you have very slow speed, or let's say very low speed, what's gonna happen is that your servant will take a lot of time for their skills to be refreshed so that you can use it again. Okay, but if you have a really good speed, what's really gonna happen is that like they will have their skill reset really fast. That means like they will be able to execute their skill again and again and again and again. So it's like a sort of like skill spam. Okay, critical rate and critical damage will really not do that kind of justice for this defense ignoring DPS 7. Alright, so just focus on attack percentage boost and speed boost, guys. I mean, like, you will have a lot more freedom over your like gears, okay, compared to other normal sort of like DPS 7 who deals the damage based on their attack stats and their defense stats. Okay, so those are the things, and very friendly for the beginner units indeed, because like obviously very easy to build, very easy to get the gears for them, which is only the beast gear. Really don't need to make the spicy things up. Okay, very straightforward hero unit, like 7 unit indeed, and her passive skill really provides her with that massive amount of damage output boost that would really make your like lip sync into a smile mode. Okay, so those are the thing, guys. So Water Christine, really one of the really amazing unit out there, which is really gonna help you not only in the PvE contents but also in the PvP contents, because early on she can actually one shot, yes, you heard me right, one shot enemy opponents. Okay, so those are the things that you really need to keep in mind. And guess what, guys, it's a multi-hit 3 skill. Okay, by default she has like 3-hit multi-hit skill. That means like she's gonna be even great against pesky unit like let's say Fire Hit, okay, who limits the damage to 30% of his max HP. In that case of scenario, still she's actually gonna deal a massive amount of damage against those kind of servants. Okay, so those are the thing, guys. Forest Christine, pretty amazing, and especially ice units are like current meta, or let's say the water elements are the current meta. Alright, so if you have a water unit, like you really have a very good viability in the PvP contents as well. So that is one thing. And now let's move on to the next servant. Okay, so what would be the next best servant that you can pick with your 5 stars summon star or summon selector? Okay, the next servant that I would really love to recommend you guys is obviously it's gonna be a Fire Blavatsky. Okay, so it's right over here. Now this is the one servant that I have been actually shouting out for a very long time, guys. I mean, like, she is so amazing, especially for the beginners. Okay, I mean, like, if you are really progressing on the mid game to the late game, obviously at the time she actually do lose her her charm. Okay, because like those are the times like she would really go out of fashion. But if you are a beginner, I mean, like, she is actually gonna help you so much that like you will be able to get into mid game really fast, because you will be able to farm a lot of good gears in the Omen dungeon. Yes, she is a very amazing Omen hunter, guys. If you really do not believe on that fact, please do check out my videos. I'm like, she can solo Omen 10 floor. Okay, Omen 10 floor is a really viable floor where you can really get a very amazing range of gears. All right, and then like she can actually solo it by herself. Okay, no tank needed, no healer needed, and no DPS 7 needed, just her. Okay, so you can check that video out on my YouTube channel. Okay, so you can do that. All right, now let's get into the deal, like why and how. What is the mechanic with this amazing Thorn Queen? Okay, the Blavatsky, the Fire Blavatsky. Right, first thing first, guys, it's her second skill and the first skill, but let's start with the second skill. Okay, her second skill has like 2 dot skills. Okay, 2 damage over time skills, and it's a light dot and a dark dot. Okay, light dot and dark dot are like, these 2 dots are the like invincible sort of like dot, meaning like if you manage to inflict these 2 dots on any type of unit, they will suffer really bad. Okay, I'm like, there's no chance of glancing hit them out or ignore them out. Once they are inflicted as debuff on a opponent, the opponent is actually gonna take the full damage head on. Okay, so that's the thing, guys. I'm like, they cannot really skip it. And the first skill, it actually has 1 dot skill of level 5, that is fire dot over time. Obviously it's gonna be a little bit ineffective against the water based opponents. Okay, because like glancing hit rate actually like makes them a little bit immune to the damage coming from the secondary effects. Okay, but in general case of scenario, like let's say Omen 10 floor, which is a fire element chicken, okay, that's what I would say, chicken dragon. Okay, he is actually gonna take the full damage to himself. Okay, so those are the things. So with 3 dot skills, oh my god guys, I mean like even if you are fighting against a very very tough situation, let's say in Explore region, maybe in Abaddon, or maybe like anywhere place guys, you are gonna go through that boss really easily. Okay, because like the dot skills do not care about how many HP they have, or let's say the opponent has, because like dot skills deal the damage based on the percentage HP. Okay, so level 5 at the highest will decrease 5% of HP of a opponent per tick. Okay, so I'm like, it's a little bit weird math, but you know, 5% damage, 5% of the max HP health. So regardless of how many health an opponent has, she's gonna take them down in a 1 minute mark. Hear me that out guys, in 1 minute mark, whatever the opponent out there, she's gonna take them down, except for the water opponents. Okay, she might have a little bit hard time, but against any of the element heroes or like opponents, oh my god, she is actually gonna be a devastating unit indeed. The thing is that like dots are special for the PvE contents like dungeons, but not for PvP contents. So she will really do fail in the PvP content guys, because of this kind of like slow stuff, like it's like a slow poison thing, not a like outright burst damage. Okay, so that's why she is not really gonna be that effective in the PvP mode, but in PvE mode, oh my god, if you are a beginner, she is the one that you should pick, because like she is gonna really help you to progress through the game really easy, nicely, and guaranteed. Okay, just build her up really nice and skill her up to the max. Okay, so those are the things guys, she really does make it really worth it. And guess what guys, her passive skill is even better. Okay, so if any tank class is hit, what's really gonna happen is that like she is gonna make her skill gauge full up really fast. Okay, active skill gauge, meaning like her first skill and her second skill is actually gonna fill really fast. Active skill refers to the first skill and second skill. Okay, so those are the things that she really needs to be refreshed really fast, and that's what she really get from her passive skill. So her passive skill is really a booster, a really amazing booster, her first skill and second skill. Do try her out on dungeons, do try her out on Explore, and you will know what I have been saying. Okay, and you will really do love it guys. So 5 Blavatsky, really an amazing unit guys, a dot queen indeed, the thorn queen, and she really makes up for it guys. I really do love her, and she is really pretty amazing unit. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay, so what would be the final selection that you would actually pick? Yes, because of the so much generosity out there of the Heir flight, this unit has actually been in like sweeping off the floor of the Heir flight like magician. Okay, I mean like Water Lenore, she has been able to maintain her status as one of the top tier DPS unit in the Heir flight since time unknown. Okay, from the very beginning of the day of this Heir flight, she has been there, and she has been kicking ass of so many opponents out there, especially in the PvP contents. She is really dreaded as one of the really hard to kill opponent indeed. Okay, it all comes down to her passive skill guys, because she becomes immune to speed reduction, which is which is okay, but the next thing is all attacks received will land as the glancing hits upon being hit. Okay, now that is really amazing guys, because like glancing hit is a sort of like a very OP thing in this game. When you consider any sort of like attack as a glancing hit rate, you take lesser damage. You are, I'm like you most of the time like you ignore like critical hit rate stuff. Okay, and then like you are nearly immune to the like defense ignoring DPS damage coming to you. All right, meaning like I mean like your opponent is actually supposed to like ignore your defense, right? But you will be like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna let that happen. Okay, so they will go through your defense. They will have to go through your defense. Okay, so those are the things. Okay, and the another thing is like, let's say secondary effects, like let's say dot skills. Okay, so if someone has inflicted a dot skill on you, if you do a glancing hit on that one, the dot skill is actually not gonna do any sort of damage. Okay, and nearly guys, you are nearly sort of like immune to debuffs as well on the first place, meaning like you won't encounter any debuff on your head. Okay, so that makes you a very efficient killing machine indeed. Okay, that is pretty good. That is pretty good guys. Now you might say that like, oh yes, there are so many effects with, I mean like so really good effect with the Water Lenore, but like what's what makes her so amazing, or let's say so really unique compared to other DPS 7, that you are actually you know, like recommending this particular unit to beginners. Okay, now I would say there is a trick on the game guide. Okay, so on the game guide you have transcend guide. On the transcend guide you can actually get her extra copies. Okay, one thing that I would really love to clear with you guys is that, like, especially if you are a beginner, I would really love to make you know that transcending a 5-star net servant, which is a DPS unit, or let's say DPS 7, is very essential and crucial for you to make a very good progression in the game, because transcending your unit actually give them a very good advantage, a very good huge stat boost that will really allow them to make very amazing damage output, and then like will really help you to progress through the game really fast and easy. All right, and thing is that one, guys, if you have Water Lenore already, you will get extra 2 copies from the transcend guide, which will really allow you to transcend your Water Lenore at least by 2 times. Isn't that amazing? All right, I mean, like, you are already getting a T2, okay, second transcendent Water Lenore. All right, and Water Lenore will be able to deal a massive amount of damage at that sort of scenario. And guess what, guys, it doesn't just end out there. You will also be able to get Water Lenore shards, 300 shards, just like that. All right, I mean, like, you will be able to get that one, and when you also obtain like this 100 shards, that's already like 400 shards, and you will be just needing another 100 shard to summon her up. So that means like you are getting 3 copies of Water Lenore in total. So isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? I mean, like, you are really getting a Water Lenore who can actually beat the ass out of like so many opponents, whether it be PvP content or in the PvE content, and she is so good at that one as well. So, and you are transcending her as well as a beginner. That is too good, guys. Okay, so she is a top tier unit DPS 7 in the game, and even the game has really been allowing or really been helping you out to transcend her. Okay, so those are the things, guys. I mean, like, you can even awaken her by following the quest guide. Obviously through the quest of, especially the water quest, water region quest, you will be able to get a lot of like water supreme stones like this one. Okay, supreme water stones. So don't really worry about that one. You will really have a very good time in awakening her and transcending her as well, thanks to the guide of the game. So these are actually the 3 servants that I am really recommending, guys, especially as a beginner, to pick on the beginning of the game, so that you have a very good time in clearing out the contents of the game as a beginner. Alright, so first one first, guys, that would be a Water Christine. Okay, because like she has like 130% attack boost on the explore region, which really makes her a very viable unit indeed, guys. The next one obviously would be the Fire Blavatsky, who is really amazing dot queen. Alright, she will make a really good quick work of the Omen 10 floor, and allowing you to really get a lot of decent you know, like 6-star gears. And also on top of that one, she also makes quick work of any sort of really hard bosses out there in, let's say, in the exploration, maybe in dungeons or whatever there is, guys. She really do make your life a heaven, okay, in air flight. And finally, I would say, like, obviously the Water Lenore is pretty amazing unit as well, still maintaining her standard as one of the top tier DPS 7 in the entire HoL game. Okay, and you are getting an extra copies of her right away, right off the bat. That is really again gonna make her a very viable unit indeed, because like she will get her attack, like her attack stats, every stat boosted like insane every transcendence. Okay, so that is pretty amazing as well. So these are the things that really makes them so amazing for the beginner's guide. Okay, so this is it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep on enjoying the contents of my channel. See you guys in the next video.